Hello and greetings from the bald-headed keeper, I guess. So, quick little update on some of the stuff that we are doing leading up to Tinley. We're at like T-2 weekends from Tinley, and we have a couple of things that we want to get done before that. Mainly, we've got a couple of these big tanks that we just recently got used, and we're doing a little bit of a refurb on them. It's not a huge refurb, it's mostly just cleaning. I don't know if you can see if they've got a liner in them at the moment. We're gonna see if we can take that liner out and just reseal it with Lexol. There's also a couple of little things like, you can kind of see down here, some of these guys got a little crack in them that we're gonna basically just lay some additional PVC over top of it, glue it, screw it together, just give it a little bit of a reinforcement in any spots where it's been a little cracked like that. And yeah, I think that's it. Off we go. Okay, real talk. Can we discuss glue? Because honestly, so much of this tank has been screwed and glued, which is just redundant. I get there are times where glue is necessary, but gluing together a side panel to a front panel or a back panel, etc., rather than just within the same panel, means that you then can't take the tank apart. We were trying to take the back off this thing to flatten it, and I've just been going at it with a scraper, trying to pry this thing loose, and I'm afraid that if I keep trying too hard, I'm gonna crack the paneling. So now instead, I need to try and fix this thing with it all still together, which is a whole lot trickier. So think before you glue. All right, people, day 2 of tank refurb. Let's take a look at where we are. So this tank is largely taken apart. So there were a couple of issues with this. Issue number 1, I showed you yesterday, there were some cracks, and the way that we fixed that was essentially we came down to where the cracks were, kind of glued them up in there with an epoxy, and then actually glued a whole new face piece on top. I actually screwed it in here as well. That was just because while I was gluing, I could clamp it down here, but I couldn't clamp it here, and I wanted to get a nice strong bond the whole way down. So we did that essentially on both sides. Then the other issue we had is that the back piece here, the back is bowed a little bit. We think, by the way, that is because when these were stored, they were stacked on top of each other, and this one was on the bottom. Don't stack your tanks if they are not weight rated for stacking, because bad news bears. Lowe's has a bunch of PVC trim board that we're gonna use. Pretty cool stuff. They don't carry full PVC sheeting, but they do carry stuff that's in like these. I think these are 4-inch widths. So we're just gonna cut those, make a new kind of center support. And then with the wider ones, I'm actually going to screw them to the back of this tank here so that it helps kind of right the bowing a little bit. So off we go. Well, it's done. All right, time for a little recap because it is done. We're pretty darn happy with how this turned out. I think Abby talked about this in a previous video, but this rack that we built right here is built out of framing lumber. We stained it so it looks a little bit nicer, but our goal here was sturdiness, not beauty. Not unlike myself. So part of that is because of, this is the bottom rack that was, a little bit cracked, a little bit bowing because we think it had too much weight on top of it. So we have everything totally separated. Each rack has its own shelf. Each shelf, you can even see we've got foam insulation underneath there. So we've got a little bit of extra insulation in addition to the PVC itself. These are the PVC trim boards that we got from Lowe's. They worked super well. You can actually see all of the spots here where I screwed the foam boards to the back. I forgot to take video of that, so I'll just show you a picture of the back right here. It is a whole lot straighter now than it was when we got it. Everything is sealed. Everything is ready to go. We're pretty much done. We can take next weekend off, and then after that, hello Tinley. All right, gang, thanks for hanging out with me here on this little channel takeover I did. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and for a little something extra, check out the Curly Haired Keeper on Patreon. It's only a $5 a month subscription, but you get a bunch of perks like some swag, a personalized thank you note, discount on merch, access to early videos, Discord community, all that good stuff. Coming out with us. We can even kind of see from back here. No, we can't. This whole rack right here, such as swag. I'm gonna say the things that I need to say. For only $5 a month, you get access to a bunch of perks like swag. Check out the Curly Haired Keeper on Patreon. Did I just say Hurley Haired? Hit the notification bell. You are not helpful. I have tried to record this one segment 47 times. Access to our discount community, all of that good stuff. It's one sentence. Did I say discount community? I meant Discord. Most houses were not built with the idea of maneuvering an 8-foot-long snake tank into them.